Looking for music that lifts your spirit and fills your heart? Experience the powerful sound of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. Now streaming on all your favorite music platforms. Find the Tabernacle Choir on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Pandora. Let the music of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square inspire you today and every day. Whether you're at home, in the car, or on the go, enjoy the beauty of their world-renowned sound anytime. The Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square, streaming now.
Best thing that's ever happened to you financially. Go.
Easy. Sold my car on Carvana. Amazing offer.
Really? I hit 200 on the scratcher.
Did the scratcher come to your house and hand you a check?
No.
How many scratchers did you hit to get that? I hit a button on Carvana.com once.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like the lottery, except you always win.
Not like the lottery at all, actually.
Exactly. Inexplicably good. Offers worth bragging about. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
This is Utah's best coverage of the Utes, Cougars, Jazz, and Mammoth. Here we go. From the guys who have been there for all the biggest moments in Utah sports history. You're listening to DJ and PK on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
DJ PK, it's 97.5 KSL Sports Zone. We're joined now by Bob Casper from Real Golf Radio. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good. Bob, there's no bad way to win a major golf championship. Just win the thing. But if you had to come up with a dream scenario, getting up and down from 175 yards for birdie on the 18th hole on Sunday on what's turned out to be the toughest hole of the tournament, it's a pretty good way to go.
Yeah, he played amazing golf, Ryan Fox, coming down the stretch.
How much did you know about him? I got to admit, I didn't know much about him until he started rolling there.
You know, the thing about Ryan Fox is it's kind of interesting. Turned professional in Australia at the age of 25. So he played there, cut his teeth there on the Australasian Tour, that kind of thing. He got his DP World Tour card at the age of 30, 5 years later, came to the PGA Tour 7 years later at 37, and he won twice last year in 2025, both times in a playoff, and one of them over Sam Burns, and then now he wins the Open Championship. But, you know, it seems like when he gets in the mix of things and in the hunt for a chance to win, he really goes after it hard, and that's what he did.
He got fire in those last 6 holes. He had 4 birdies. He did have a bogey there. Is that just a case? Is that anything to be replicated, or like it's just golf and sometimes these things happen? I mean, you point out he does kind of have nerves of steel. He's winning these playoffs, but that still seems extraordinary.
Well, you know, the bogey that he had, it was a shot that hit about 2 feet left of where he was aiming. And when that happened, it hit the revetted bunker on the 15th hole, and it circled around. He had no shot to get it onto the green, so he walked in there real quick, pitched it out into the fairway, took his medicine with what the shot gave him, pitched it in the fairway, and then pitched it up on the green and made the putt for a bogey. He did everything he needed to do, everything, to win the golf tournament, to keep himself in the golf tournament. And just when it looked like he was dropping a stroke further back, he took his medicine, made that bogey, but then came right back with a birdie on 16, and then didn't make birdie at 17, and then made the birdie at 18 to finish it off.
Okay, Bob, the big story, obviously, DeChambeau. Did you see the memes of him with a weed whacker or a riding mower?
The one with the weed whacker was so funny. Oh, my goodness, I was dying when I saw that.
So explain what went down.
There's a lot of them. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Another one, he did like a dance spin and stuff, and he just cleared out the whole area. It was pretty funny.
Tell us what was the impetus behind the ruling, and if you agreed with it.
Well, you know, whether he did it intentionally or inadvertently, The ruling is that you can't do anything to improve your lie or improve the line of your swing path or flight. And that's what he did. I mean, he walked right in. He went behind his ball. He stamped down the area behind his ball, and then went back and looked again before he hit his shot, and stamped it down again before he was going to his ball. And you could definitely see that his swing path, the grass was higher when he got back there, and then when he stepped on it again before he went in to hit the shot, it was lower. The other thing is that he uses clubs that are unique. He uses a set of irons that are all the same length, and they're all the same length as a 7-iron. So his wedge is the same length as a 7-iron, which is a couple, 2-3 inches longer. So his swing path was definitely going to be further back, and that stuff was in his way inadvertently. Like I said, he's a lot of guys have come out and say that he's not including Scotty Scheffler, that he's not a guy that would cheat, and but inadvertently he caused it to be trampled down a little bit, and it affected.
But what advantage did he
shot.
gain?
He gained the advantage of being able to swing at the ball.
I know, but the score. What advantage did the score give him? If it doesn't give you an advantage in the score, what difference does it make?
Well, it does make a difference because he would have had to hit it out to the left, and who knows what the score would have been.
But he could have taken an unplayable lie and dropped.
He could have taken an unplayable lie, but the unplayable lie only gives you line of flight, so he could go back as far as he wanted, and there were trees behind him, or you get 2 clubs of relief, or you go back to where you originally hit the shot, which would be back at the drive. That's what happens with an unplayable lie. So by allowing himself to pitch it forward and pitch it at the green, he made a bogey, but who knows what he would have made had he pitched it out to the left, if he would have made a bogey, if he would have made a double bogey. And ended up he got a 2-shot penalty and a triple.
And then how about if it's Joe Blow and there aren't cameras on him? We have 2 different standards here, or 10 different standards?
Well, okay, so each group has an official with them, and unfortunately that official wasn't over there in watching what was going on, and he should have been. But each group, plus the player in that group, help police and the policies of the rules and everything, because you're trying to protect not just the person that's shot it is, but you're protecting the field as far as the players are concerned. It's a major championship. Unfortunately, Scotty Scheffler wasn't over there to watch what was going on. The rules official wasn't in there like he should have been, right at the site of what was going on, and it got manifested itself. The thing you have to understand is that in today's game, no matter what, and you're in one of those marquee groups or one of those later groups, it's going to show up. It's going to be on camera. It's going to be on film. So you have to policy and make sure that you do everything that you can towards the correct side and not skirt the fringes.
There's been a lot of talk about maybe DeChambeau leaving LIV and coming back, and what will the terms and conditions be? We've seen some guys come back. Maybe they'll just do the same thing, but it seems like there's a lot of wiggle room here. And when Rory McIlroy gets up there were several people being asked about third-round tee times coming out around 11 p.m. after all this happened on Friday. And McIlroy said, "Late night for everyone. I won't pretend to be up here and defend Bryson. I'm not particularly fond of him. I think a lot of it's performative. I think a lot of it's for attention. To hold the tournament hostage like that and to have all of us, players, volunteers, everyone waiting on him to depart, I didn't feel like it was a great look." That's maybe not such a big deal for football, baseball, or basketball, but that's pretty harsh for golf. What does that mean for him coming back to the tour?
Well, The whole thing after the 2-shot penalty, he was the one who made the comments that maybe I just won't play the rest of the tournament, and so that's what was holding hostage the tee times, all that kind of thing. So conversely, with the PGA Tour, he's saying, well, maybe I don't want to go back to the PGA Tour. I'll do all my live golf stuff and then I'll just play the majors. He's saying to the PGA Tour also that you need me and you better do things that benefit me more, and maybe I'll come back. So this is something that he's done and said to the PGA Tour. This is something that he's done with the R&A at a major championship, the Open Championship, and there's not a lot of people that appreciate it, especially Europeans with the R&A. And so I don't know. It will remain to be seen what he does and what the PGA Tour does and what they offer him if he wants to come back, because when it all's said and done, if Liv folds its tent up and closes shop, he's going to have to decide if he wants to stay relevant in the game of golf.
We all have routines. I'm Jabron, and with diabetes, mine was finger sticks. Sometimes I skip them because they hurt. The Freestyle Libre 3CGM changed that. It gives me glucose insights without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
Finger sticks are required if your glucose alarms or readings do not match symptoms, or when you see check blood glucose symbol for the first 12 hours. The views expressed should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment as a substitute for professional medical advice. Individual circumstances may vary. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Queen Carvania stood haloed by the morning sun. An army hung on her every word.
My champions, I have sold my chariot on Carvana. 'Twas a lovely SUV, an inexplicably queenly offer. They're even coming to the castle to collect it. Tonight, we feast. An offer you can feast on. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Are there guys out there who aren't particularly fond of Rory, though?
Well, I think there probably are guys that aren't particularly fond of Rory. Rory has kind of been the spokesperson for the PGA Tour when Live Golf started up. You know, any of those guys that went that direction, they probably aren't happy with Rory's opinions and stuff like that. But that's the important thing, and the great thing about the game is it's an individual game. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And, you can go ahead and voice those opinions and stuff, and you don't have to make everybody happy.
Because I have to say, Bob, I'm not particularly fond of you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And you know what? PK? I was wondering all night long how you were going to figure out how to get Ryan Fox into your stable and claim another win.
You were sweating it. You lost 7 pounds Sunday. Because I picked Sam Burns, and you didn't want to hear it. The only thing you had going for you is that Sam Burns didn't win.
You know what? I wanted Sam Burns to win.
And why is that?
And when it was coming down the stretch, I wanted Sam Burns to win. So, but that's okay.
You think he's on the come now? I mean, he's been knocking on the door, so we got to wait 9 months for the next major, but what do you think?
Isn't that crazy? We got to wait 9 months now
I know,
before we got the Masters again. Yeah, it stinks. But yes, Sam Burns played some phenomenal golf this year. 7th at the Masters, 2nd at the U.S. Open, 3rd at the Open Championship. Played some really, really wonderful golf, and he was right in the mix in those three. So yes, I think he's feeling more comfortable with his game and the situation, and it's just a matter of time, I think, before he has an opportunity to knock one of these off and be a major champion.
We used to have to wait 8 months, now 9, because they moved the PGA into May,
Yep.
where we didn't have anything.
Yep.
But they did that so they could put the playoff in August before football started. How big a deal do you think the playoff's going to be this year? Is this going to catch on? Is this going to, or you just can't match the tradition of the majors?
You know, the playoff's going to be the playoff. It's the champion of the PGA Tour wins the Tour Championship. But the other thing that caused them to move it also is every 4 years they have the Olympics. Mm-hmm. And so the Olympics come along, and they needed to make room on the schedule to be able to have that. And August is when the Olympic organizing committees and everything, they have the Olympic Games and everything, and so they needed to make a move with something, and the PGA of America decided to jump into that May slot. So, but having said that, I think that there's 3 events left leading into the playoffs. Then you have the FedEx, St. Jude, and then you have the BMW, and then the Tour Championship. That's all going to change in 2008 with the implementation of what's going on the PGA Tour and new schedules and what they're deciding to do. So, but I think it'll be a great finish up to the PGA Tour here over the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, 2028. And since we have you, we won't have you for a bit. What do you think of all these changes? Because I view it that for me, I got to wait and see how I feel, see how I think once I see it in actually application. Yeah,
having the 2 schedules, the Champions track and then all the Challengers track. 100. What I do like is 120 players in the championship track in each event, and a cut. I don't like what is going on right now with 70 or 80 players and no cut, as far as signature events are concerned and that kind of thing. I do like having 120 players, having 24 events, including majors and the end of the year stuff and the Players Championship and Ryder Cup and that kind of thing. 24 events. That there is places for players to play that aren't in the championship series. On the Challenger series, they're going to, that's going to be 144 players, and it's supposed to be 20 events, and they have the opportunity to move up in their play to be able to get up into the top 120. I like a lot of things about it, and it seems good, but the implementation is going to be interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see if they have to tweak it as they go along with the new series that they're going to have.
What do you think this means for Black Desert? I assume it's part of the Challenger Series since it's a fall event, but I thought maybe they would get a date, and I think they might prefer a springtime date to get away from football. What do you think about the possibility of that happening?
Well, and that could happen. It just depends on, the Challenger Series. It just depends on the, what the schedule's like. If they're going to keep them there again in October, the first week in October, like it is this year, or if they're going to move them forward a little bit. So, but those 20 events, they want to load up the summer months a little bit more because there's no football at that time, and baseball's just kind of, dog days of summer, and so they want to have more opposite field events, more Challenger and Championship Series events playing opposite each other and stuff. So there's probably a very good opportunity that they could move it to the springtime or late springtime, maybe early fall.
All right, Bob, that'll do it. We appreciate it, and congratulations on Sam Burns finishing third.
Yeah, it's good to have a major. At least I got one this year.
I can tell you right now, PK's already trying to propose rule changes about, getting points. So, I mean, he got a winner this year, and you and I didn't. But it'd be a points competition in case we each had one or if we all had none.
Or you have 3 seconds.
Yeah, 3 seconds would be good picking. Right now there's no reward for that.
I mean, I'm trying to make it so you guys could stay interested and not be like Rory and not have a whole lot of enthusiasm for the PGA Tour. Like he said, I want you guys to be engaged when we get to the British, because usually you figured, oh my gosh, I lost out to this guy again. So I'm trying to help you guys stay and have a shot to compete.
He got Ryan Fox. We lost out to him again.
I'll create a system that will allow you to compete a little bit better for next year. Just stay and just grind over the winter, Bob, and you'll have another chance.
Blah, 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 blah.
You'll have another chance, Bob. Just stay with it, man. I mean, I know you're not particularly fond of me, but it's okay.
PK, I love you, buddy. You are awesome.
That's 3 drops right there. You are awesome is 1. PK, I love you, buddy, is 2. And blah, 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 blah is 3.
That's right.
Put those drops in the rotation. They're all going to be really useful. Even when Bob's not on, we'll have Bob on that way.
Yep, that's right. Exactly.
Thank you, Bob.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right, there's Bob Casper, Real Golf Radio, Saturday mornings right here on The Zone.
We all have routines. I'm Jabron, and with diabetes, mine was finger sticks. Sometimes I skip them because they hurt. The Freestyle Libre 3C GM changed that. It gives me glucose insights without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
Finger sticks are required if your glucose alarms or readings do not match symptoms, or when you see check blood glucose symbol for the first 12 hours. The views expressed should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment as a substitute for professional medical advice. Individual circumstances may vary. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
Queen Carvania stood haloed by the morning sun. An army hung on her every word.
My champions, I have sold my chariot on Carvana. 'Twas a lovely SUV, an inexplicably queenly offer. They're even coming to the castle to collect it. Tonight, we feast. An offer you can feast on. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.